Hello everybody, welcome to Immigration Yarns. My name is Tosin and as usual I bring you juicy news. This one is about renting in Canada. So for all my newcomers, all the people who just landed or will be landing in Canada, this is for you. Come a little closer, okay? So Canada is introducing something called a renter's bill of rights. This bill is set to protect the renter or give the renter a better fighting chance when you're looking to rent a house, especially as a newcomer. Trust me, I have an idea how crazy it can be. So, first of all, what this bill will do is it obligates or mandates the landlord to show you a clear history of what their house has been rented for. And I think it would do two things. First of all, it gives you a better bargaining power as the renter to say, oh, Oga, you used to rent this house last month as 1.5. How come this month you're suddenly renting it out at 2.5, right? So it gives you a better chance of negotiating. Number two, I think it also gives you an idea of how crazy your landlord can be. I mean, like if you see somebody going from 1.5 to 2.5 in the space of 1 month, you already know this person is not like very realistic. They probably like to take advantage of other people or something like that. So, I mean, that transparency, that ability gives you, that knowledge and, evens the playing field a little bit for the renter, right? At least that's what I think. Let me know what you think. You can send me a message in the DM and then we can have a conversation about it. Okay, the second thing this bill is set to do is to introduce consequences for something called renovictions. Landlords who evict their tenants under the premise that they want to renovate the house, meanwhile, it's a lie, they do not renovate. Honestly, I think this kind of things exist only in my home country. Apparently, it exists even in Canada, and the government is set to fight against it, which is why, this new bill is coming up. So sometimes people just say, oh, I want to renovate my house, or a family member is moving in, and then they evict their tenants only for them to raise the rent and try to bring in somebody new in. So again, they would have to give a history of why. I guess landlords now have to tell their renters why their old tenants moved out. So not just the landlord asking why you're moving away from where you're moving from, so now the renters can also ask questions from their landlords. I think that's good. Okay, the number 3 thing this bill will do is set to now factor in on-time rent payments. Yes. I've also heard that renters default. I don't even know how that works. Like, my landlord has a check she pulls the first of every month. Like, I don't even know how all the other things work. Anyways, so going forward, the government is still, I don't think it's in effect yet. I think they're still working on this one to factor in, people who pay their rent on time, how that will add to their credit score, just to ensure, that you get a little pat on the back to say, oh, well done, you do pay your rent on time. And then that also gives you credibility when you're looking to go somewhere else to go rent. It gives your landlord the peace of mind to say, oh, she's a good renter, he's a good renter, he would pay his rent on time. And that is also set to, if you pay your rent on time, that will also help when you're looking to apply for a mortgage. When you want to buy your own house, it gives the banks or the finance houses confidence that you would also be paying your mortgage on time. You will not default on your mortgage. I think that's a very good idea. If they can actually incorporate that into the credit score, yeah, people like us, like me, can benefit from that, right? Yeah. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to be talking about on this bill is that the government will be launching a 15 million tenant protection fund. $15 million, that is Canadian dollars. Thank you. I do not want to be misquoted by anybody. Anyway, but they will be launching a 15 million Canadian dollars tenant protection fund. And this is to provide legal aid, right, for people who might need it, to protect tenants against unfair rent increases, renovictions, or bad landlords. I think that would be really good for tenants. I'm still a renter, and I know that, just knowing that my rights are protected will be good enough, for anybody out there from unfair increase in rent. You don't just want to wake up one day. I know that my friend had to go through something like that. Eventually he came to a negotiating point with his landlord though, but it kind of was like unfair to go from 1,500 all of a sudden to like 2,000, right? So not like the salaries are increasing or the wages are increasing or anything, but yeah, still you have a lot of other obligations. You don't want to be putting all of your money on rent alone. So I think this is a good one. I think this will be really beneficial, you know, to everybody, both the newcomers and those of us who have been here for a little while, not a long while, just a little while, right? So please stay with me. If you're a renter, you want to know what obtains, you want to know what I do not believe that the bill has been passed yet. This was just mentioned in March, ending of March of 2024. So please stay tuned. Once the bill goes up, this one I'm gonna stay on top of it. I'm gonna make sure that I know everything that is going on with it. But yeah, the bill, those are the things that the bill is set to do, set to protect you, to be sure that you're not getting your rent unnecessarily increased, set to protect you from that landlord who wants to do renovictions, right? And people who ask for a ham and a leg just because you're a newcomer and they want to give you a house. But until I bring you another juicy bit, peace out. See you. Bye.